My son is Daniel Faraday. So where do we go?
We're the variables. People are the variables.
Good.
Episode, baby.
100 episodes. Well done, Lost. Well done, the writers. I think that at 100 episodes, you start to sit back and smell the roses and realize how good you have it instead of just trying to keep up with the game.
We treat each other very kindly here on Lost.
Yeah.
When we first started working on the show, no one believed it was really going to last more than 12 episodes. And here we are now, turning the corner into the final season of Lost.
The fact that anybody wants to see beyond 100 episodes, it's beyond kind of our wildest dreams.
100. Hey, it's the 100th episode. It's the 100th episode. It's the 100th episode.
You need a hand from inside, or are you guys good?
We read an interview that Jorge gave, and Jorge was saying that his favorite show on TV was Ace of Cakes, and so we got all excited. And then I think that was kind of the impetus for them being like, hey, let's get those guys to make our 100th episode cake, because that's, I mean, 100 episodes is a big deal.
All right, torch is on, guys. Is that shinier?
Mm-hmm.
Is it working?
Yeah.
We're going on our 100th episode Tech Scout for 514. Loading up the vans right now, and here we go.
This is where Daniel Dae Kim first saw his father when he's back in Korea. And today is the dock where our submarine comes. So Faraday gets out of the sub and says something to the effect of, give me a hand with this, and then we reveal that Faraday's back on the island. We do it all down there. I've got to read that scene. That's Jack's scene.
We didn't sit down and say, oh, we're going to come up with a special plan for the 100th episode. We just basically saw it as a stepping stone to the finale.
What the hell are you doing back here, Dan?
I think this is the ultimate setup for that, if not the inciting incident.
Lower your gun and we'll talk, okay?
Faraday returns to the island, you know, all bets are off, and now we're heading to the finale.
I think Faraday will probably come in from over there, actually. This is just for you see the most of the camp.
We always wanted to tell Faraday's backstory, and it just turned out this was the perfect place for it.
Will it make you proud of me?
Yes, Daniel.
This is Faraday's graduation, and we reveal that Eloise Hawking is his mom, which is a big surprise.
Please, Lord, another 100 episodes of Lost. Thank you.
It's really interesting now that we are 2/3 of the way through the 5th season that you see all those disparate threads are starting to come back together.
Here we go.
All right, Act 1, Scene 5, Essex House. This is young Faraday and 40-year-old Hawking, and we have him playing a piece from Chopin. It's our production meeting. It's the last meeting we have, and it's the first one we've gathered everybody together to discuss all of our preparations up to this point before shooting it.
Just so you know, Roland, there is a question as do they exit the submarine and the...
Once they scientists in the black jumpsuits.
Everybody but Faraday.
But Faraday, which...
Well, you know what I mean, Roland, yeah.
This is like
You're dealing with a group that's been together, many of them, for 5 years, so there's a lot of shorthand.
100th episode, in a way, it really is another episode. I mean, it's another in the series of how good can we make it, and that's what keeps it interesting, and that's what keeps you alive.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Have a great one. Happy 100.
I think the concept for this cake was really like everybody kind of took their own sort of personal icon from the show as a fan and said, oh, let's have this, well, let's have this, we gotta have this, we gotta have that. And so everybody in the bakery kind of like had a little bit of input of like, oh, we gotta have, you know, the Dharma stuff, we gotta have the plane, and gotta do the cast. And so I think that the cake is kind of a representation of like our collective imagination.
Hi, Ben. I'm Rob Kiker. I'm the prop master.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible. No,
I have one.
You like that? That is so cool. I think our jobs are probably parallel.
We've been split up for a while now, an entire season. I've barely seen some of the cast.
It's always a good day to look forward to when we get a scene that the whole group's involved in. I mean, back at the beginning of the show, that usually didn't happen until someone died and we all had a funeral for him.
We're friends as well as colleagues. And it's always great when there's a bunch of us on set because it makes for a really comfortable day.
Am I here?
Really? Yes, ma'am.
Because I was gonna sit on Daniel's lap. I didn't know if that was weird. I thought it worked a little.
It was fun. And it was funny. Because you got a lot of your really funny people together, which was good.
Your mother's another.
I love
We're professionals, but nevertheless, there's room for humor in between the lines.
Welcome to the 100th episode of Lost. A long and winding road. So clap for the whole crew and cast.
This is 100, huh?
100th freaking episode.
It is, and look at all of us together.
Exactly. A long and winding
Day
road.
one, 100th episode, we're all together.
Anyone who's familiar with the business of television knows that 100 episodes is a pretty significant milestone.
You're directing the 100th episode. There's, no, seriously, there is just
sheer blind love.
Paul is fantastic. We are tasked with some very, how shall I put it, unorthodox things to do as actors. But when you have someone like Paul Edwards who actually gets down in there with you and acts it out with you, it really helps us.
That's great, right where you are, Jeremy. Good, let's roll.
I love seeing him direct anything. We developed a really great shorthand and great height of trust.
Your mother is a hostel. Yeah. You met her, actually, when the island was skipping back.
Back that up and give me another, this time in this size. Ready? Yep. And feed him that line, it's my mother, and action.
Paul was our first camera operator for the first few years of the show, and he's like a part of the family, and, you know, we can poke fun at him and jostle with him.
The family atmosphere on set is great. It really had gelled before the end of the first year, and I think maybe it's sort of the poignancy of knowing that next year will be our last year. This year was really tight.
Everybody's a lot of fun, and the jokes are flowing, and we're having a good time.
That's tight as the last shot.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so excited. Hello. Hi, Diana. Nice to meet you.
I was really excited to meet all of those people. I mean, they were so cute because they were fans of Lost, and of course I was, and Jorge, we were both fans of Ace of Cakes, so we're like, hi, we love you guys. And they're like, really?
Oh my gosh, that's great. You guys outdid yourselves.
We wanted to make things that resonated with the actors, like things that they would be familiar with. That's like why we made the beer cans.
The cans are actually cake, too. Wait till everyone sees it. Knowing me, I'd touch it and then fall on it, so I'll stand back. Oh, look at me. Oh, well done, you guys.
One of the best things is watching people's reactions when they get to see the sugar representation of themselves. You know what I mean? They're like, whoa, check it out.
They're struggling with the humidity of Hawaii. And so certain characters were losing their shape. And so I was looking at the rejected pile of people, and I took a bite out of Richard Alpert's head.
And go. Oh, come on, that's the best one. All right. You probably.
Richard Alpert's head tasted forever young.
And 1, 2, 3, and go. Yeah, we just like
This is the big shootout and Escape from Dharmaville by Kate and Jack and Faraday. And they get some guns from there, and the bad guys drive up over there.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the eve of destruction.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Paul is the ultimate action sequence man.
Get Faraday, get in the Jeep. I'll lay down cover fire. Matt starts unloading clips into the van.
He's always full of life and full of energy and
Nothing excites him more than action sequences and stunts.
That's how I have a barrier here that I'm hoping you'll get behind.
A very heroic roll over that thing, I think, like a dive roll.
Stunty.
Super stunning, like 2 forward somersaults and then back up into a shooting position.
All the actors on our show are really gung-ho. Most of them really like to do their own stunts.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! So guys, let's clear back. We'll get a rehearsal. Good. Now I think you'll start running for cover. I think you can start playing.
We all felt like we were playing cowboys and Indians, and I was proclaiming that I was so lucky because I'm the one female who always gets to play with the boys.
Nice. Ow.
I'm not a fan of weapons. I'm not a fan of gunfire. I'd rather watch Evie shoot a gun or hand her my gun.
Down, good.
Do you want me shooting?
No.
So I'm glad that they didn't have me suddenly turn into action figure Faraday. Although I would like to see that.
Bang.
Well, the action's definitely gotten bigger and more dangerous. This year, we've done some big stuff. The only ejection issue with Joe is Dave, and he's aware of what's going to happen there, so.
I'm very excited to be a part of episode 100. 100.
All right, fire in the hole, everybody. Protect your ears. Let's go ahead and roll 3 cameras. Roll in. Thank you. We're on. Action, please.
We have no time. We have to leave, all right? That's all we're gonna do here.
And cut. One more. All right, I think I know what I'm doing it too soon. No, that was awesome. Do it again.
I got this so many times, dude.
What?
Matthew got through two clips of 13 rounds, which is impressive. You know, usually the actors get to maybe shoot off 1 round. 26 is pretty damn good.
Really, if this was a real gunfight, it would have stopped before I even got behind there. I had all 3 of you dead direct.
I just want more rounds. I only had 5. I want at least 10. They had 12. I want 10 or 12. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Wow, 100 episodes. And I'm still alive, you know. Well, 100 episodes is one thing, but I'm still alive. That's a whole nother wow. Exciting.
Are those edible people?
Taking my guy.
Can you grab my guy?
Taking him now.
Get off the island. You can make it
We're going, man.
Not the shirt I would have picked, but still pretty cool.
I'm definitely getting one of the beers.
Absolutely. You need the Dharma beer.
Little googly blue eyes and little spiked up hairdo. Who else could it be?
Amazing. I like cake. And I... Dude, you look so good.
You take the cake.
You take the cake.
It's tough when your cake figure is more handsome than you are.
That's right. Don't get crazy.
But what I'm saying is you've given him this just to stop the bleeding as we were leaving the gunfight. Here, you'll finally be able to stop and put a bandage on it, that's all, in replacement of the rag. That
We've been big Faraday fans from when we first introduced him on the show, but the story that we wanted to tell was this is a guy whose mother sort of pushed him at every opportunity to go to this island.
Do you know what destiny means? No.
I've really appreciated having the opportunity to have a full story arc within 1 episode.
Well done, Daniel.
I think one of the goals with that backstory was finding this really sort of emotional, tragic story to tell while, you know, finally getting to fill in a lot of the blanks in his life.
Faraday was so important in the season to basically define the time-traveling rules, but since this other rule that we set up, which is you can die in the 70s, it felt like it was only fitting for him to be the one that proved that.
Do you know what the variables in these equations are, Jack? You have any idea?
It just so happened that, you know, the 100th episode happened to be the episode where Faraday dies, and so it turned out that it had a sort of seismic event that ended the episode.
You see, you drop a big enough rock into a creek, you create a dam, right? And that creek changes.
It was really depressing to read that Jeremy was going to die. He's such a great addition to our cast. Not just as Daniel Faraday, but as a person, Jeremy Davies is the kindest, most tender, genuine man. And I was very sad when I saw that he was going to die.
Places, please, let's go back around.
Well, this is the day that Faraday gets shot by Eloise, whom we've discovered, or we know, is his mom.
This is obviously the hardest thing that we do, I think, as producers, is have to call an actor and say, you know what, you're dying on the show. But he was kind of awesome when we called him.
We're making a call about the story, which is your character is now dying.
And they were so compassionate about even just suggesting the idea in terms of, you know, going out in a blaze of glory like this. My reaction was forcefully positive and deeply grateful.
Here we go.
Of all the shows in production, one show that you want to die on is Lost, because does anyone ever really die?
Who are you?
I'm your son.
Welcome to all of you, our 100th episode. 5 years later, here we are. Love you all. You're the best.
I think it went pretty well, man. People were really excited.
Yummy.
When you see people smile like that, you're just like, oh, it feels so good. It's so rewarding to know that we're making so many people happy.
We were just talking today about, you know, the average lifespan of a TV series, and not many get to 100.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
I think it's a great milestone. Hopefully there'll be 100 more.
Oh. That's pretty good.
Who would have known that it would have kind of evolved into this thing that it is right now, which is just arguably the most kind of audacious show in recent TV memory.
As for the show, who's into the end of the season, that's, you know, both nostalgic but also incredibly exciting for us, because we've had these secrets we've been sitting on for a long time, and now we're actually getting to deploy the stories around them. We're getting to tell those tales.
The fact that we've done 100 episodes is surreal. I guess it's really an accomplishment.
And Jeremy.
If we decide, if we believe that we can change the past, then we don't use pebbles, Jack. We use boulders.